Hey, boys and girls. This is one of those lessons. I love money lessons. I loved working at a coffee shop when I was 15 years old, starting to work even before I was 16. And I loved counting back change. It is so fun. But in our classroom, here's what I would have done. I would have said, here's $1. Okay. And you're going to buy something, and I would have picked 2 students to come up, and I would have one of you guys be at the store and the other one purchasing something as a customer. And I would say, okay, what you want to buy is 70 cents. And then you would have given, so I'm just going to pretend. I would say, okay, Chloe comes up and Ellen is going to come up and she's going to buy something for 70 cents from Chloe, maybe like a little treat or a couple of pencils, whatever. So Ellen gives Chloe $1 to buy the thing worth 70 cents. How much change does Chloe give Ellen to take home? And when you count back change, you want to do it with the least amount of coins as possible. Chloe does not want to give Ellen 30 pennies back. So what does she do? She gives her a quarter, and then what more? What else would she need to make that 30 cents? Another nickel. Okay. So just picture it in your mind. So in your house, I'm not kidding you. I've said this before. Get out money. Have a fake store. Look around and see what you want to charge your brother and just play with money. Okay. You could do equivalent money amounts. Have your little brother pull out some change, and then you make the same amount. See what it totals. You make the same amount with a different use of coins. Same thing with making change. Make a little store. Charge an amount, and then see how much money you need to pay to give change. Okay, so right now we're going to jump into our page because I can't give you money to play around with. We can't practice together. So that's something that you are going to have to do at home. But let's start on the actual workbook page. And then for extra practice, you can do some of the printables on Google Classroom, and you can do some of the math games that we have online. I have those on Google Classroom also for equivalent money amounts, money fun, money, whatever. But really, honestly, get money out. Work with change, make change. Okay, so with that said, let's jump into page 353. Takeshi, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, bought a snack for $2.50. He paid with 3 $1 bills. So I know 3 $1 bills equals what? $3. Okay. He paid with here we go. $3. Okay. That's $3 and no change. Okay. So what was his change? Here's how they worked the little chart. Remember, these charts kind of show us what we would do in real life. Okay. And this is counting on to give the change back. So he paid with $3. Okay. And it started at $2.50 because that is what he owed. Okay. So to get from $2.50, let's count with quarters. So he owes $2.50, but he gave 3. I want to count on. So 50 plus a quarter. Okay. Do you see that? Plus this quarter right here equals $2.75. Is that enough change? Nope. Plus another quarter. Do you see that right here? Is $3. Okay. So all together, how many quarters did I give him back? 2 quarters. And that is 50 cents. Okay. So when making change, start with the price of the item, then count on the amount that was paid. I honestly love doing this, especially when you have dollars involved. And if I remember correctly from last year, I think this page had a mistake. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, count on from the price to the amount paid. Count on from the price to the amount paid. So from the price, okay, so we start with the price, 65 cents. And then we can add, so I know with clocks, we did 15, 30, 45 o'clock, or 45, 60. When we count with our money, think of what you need to get to the next quarter. That's usually, or to the next dime, or to the next. So this will come with practice. And the more practice you do in real life, the more this will come easy. So 65 plus a dime, so we know this is plus 10, right? Gets us to what? 75 cents. Okay. And then plus another quarter. We know quarters are 25. A penny, a penny, a penny is 1. A nickel, a nickel, a nickel is 5. A dime, a dime, a dime is 10. And a quarter is 25. Okay, so we have 75 plus another quarter gets us to $1. So how much change did we give him? 10 plus 25 is 35 cents. And forgive me, I just redid your times, one of the clock pages that didn't upload on YouTube. So I keep writing like this is a clock, but that's not, it's a decimal. So how much change did you give him? 10 cents plus 25 cents. Do not do this. That is not 35 cents, boys and girls. That's $35. If you gave him $35, you're going to bankrupt your business. 35 cents. $0, don't forget your decimal point, and 35 cents. If you didn't write it like that, you're not correct. And I actually do not want you to use the cent sign. I want you to keep it in the dollars with the decimals, okay? So don't write it, even though this is the same thing, okay? I don't want you to use that right now. We're going to keep it as dollars and decimals. Keep it as the same format. Okay, let's check this one. 45, whatever you purchased was 45 cents. And he added, let's see, 45 plus 5, that's a nickel, would make it 50 cents. Write all this down. Ooh, and what is this big one? We don't see them very often. Mostly if you were at the Snack Shack, you wouldn't get a 50-cent piece. But they do exist. This is 50 cents. So that would bring it up to $1. I did it again with the clocks. $1. Keep my decimal here. So 5 cents, and I'll put this as a decimal too because I'm switching it up on you. 5 cents plus 50 cents is what? 55 cents. Okay, let's see the next one. They almost solve it for us. So if we know what these are, 0 0.05, 0 0.10, 0 0.25, 0 0.25, and then I'll go back and add my dollar signs just so I'm doing it right. Okay, so we start with $1, 35 cents. Then we add 5 cents. So we get $1, 40 cents. Then we add another 10 cents. So we get $1, 50 cents. Then we add a 25 and a 25. So that would be 175. And then plus another 175 gets us to the $2. $2. Oh, you know what it was? I know where my mistake is. In my teacher book, guess what? This says $1 right here. So your book doesn't have the mistake. That's really nice. But in my teacher book, funny enough, this number says $1. So they fixed it in your book, but not in my teacher book. Okay, here we go. So all together, how much do we have? 25, 50, 65 cents. Awesome. Okay, so the next one, number 4, we have $1.59 plus a penny, because I want to get to $1.60, makes it $1.60. Now I'm trying to get to 75. So how do I get to 75? So plus another nickel, which is 5 cents, would make it 165. Plus a dime, plus the little dime, adds another 10 cents, so it's $1.75. And then the quarter gets me to $2. Okay, and what is the total for this? Let's count it. 25, 35, 40, plus one more, 41. 41 cents. Okie dokie. Take some extra time. This is going to be a little faster than some of our lessons. So take your time and go play a math game with money today. Go do real money. Make your own store. I'm not kidding. That's the best way to learn. And if you really have extra time, go to Google Classroom and work on those printables so you're confident with this for 4th grade. Okay, subtract to find the amount of change. Oops, that was supposed to be a highlighter. Subtract to find the amount of change. List the bills and coins you would receive as change. Okay, so the price on this one is 45 cents. You paid $1. What would I need to get from 45 cents to $1? Okay, I'm going to write these. I'm not going to draw them, boys and girls. I'm going to write, here's my key. I'm going to write a penny for a penny, a nickel, a dime, and sometimes I like to do my dime. I'm going to do the dime like this because it's little. And here's what I see a lot of times. I see pennies and dimes look very similar because your P's and D's get sloppy. And so I'm going to make my dime lowercase 1 because it's little. And then you won't get it confused with a penny. Because sometimes your capital B's and capital D's look the same when they get sloppy. Okay, so penny, nickel, dime. What's next? Quarter. And if you use the 50-cent piece, it's a $50. Okay, $50. So those are my key labels for each of those. So you don't have to draw pennies and nickels and dimes in. You can just list them out. Okay, are you ready? So to get from 45, we want to think of getting to the next 50 or 75. Get to the next quarter amount or get to the next, so 50, 75, 25. Okay, so 45 plus 5 more plus 5 equals what? 50 cents. And then I can just add, so if I add 5 more is a nickel. Okay, what's the big one that we usually don't have in our wallet, but we could use if we have the choice? A $50. So I can do a nickel and a $50 to get that, to get it to the next dollar. So altogether, if I were to highlight it here, I have 5 cents and 50 cents. And I'm going to write it in the dollar form with a decimal. So 50 and 5 is 55 cents. Hey, this 70 was on the example one that I told you when I just started out our video. Let's look at it. So we have 70 cents and we want to get to $1. So 70 plus 5 is what? 75. And 75 plus 25 more, because that's a quarter, takes me to $1. So what amounts do I have? 5 cents and 25 cents. What coins are those? Well, 5 cents is a nickel and 25 cents is a quarter. And together, 5 and 25 is 30 cents. Hooray! Okay, let's think about this one. If you have something that doesn't end in a 5 or 0, you got to use pennies. So we have to get pennies to the next amount. So let's see. 7. So we want to get to the next 0 or 5. So 77 plus 3 pennies takes me to what? 180. I'm going to write it here so I remember. Now I need to get to $2. Can I use a quarter? Nope. The next coin worth the most is what that I can use? I can't use a quarter. I can use a dime. Could I use nickels? Sure. But I want to use the least amount of coins as possible because, I mean, I could count all of these in pennies, right? But I don't want to do that. So I'm going to do dimes because they're the next biggest after quarters. So how many dimes? 80, 90, $2. So I can use 2 dimes, which is 20 cents. Okay. And that will get me to $2. So I have 3 pennies and 2 dimes. So 3 pennies. So I'm going to write penny, penny, penny. And dime, dime. And all together, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. Or 20 plus 3 more is 23. Same answer. Oops, why did I write that? Ellen, I bet you would have caught me if I didn't catch myself. I said 23, I counted 23, and I wrote 25. I don't know why I did that, but it just happens sometimes. If you catch me and I don't catch myself, good for you. Especially when I say one thing and just write down another random number. All right, I'm going to switch colors just because I feel like it. Okie dokie, write the change. Use the fewest bills or coins as possible. So write the change. We want to get from 55 cents to $1. Too bad it's not 50, then I would know it's 50 more. What is the least? So remember, I'm going to put our codes up here again. So we have penny, nickel, dime, quarter, and $half. Okay, and I'm just going to write it 3, 5, 10, 25, 50. Okay, and that's how much cents they're worth. So if I want to get from 55 to, let's see, can I add a quarter? Well, yes, but not yet. I want to get, my goal is to get to something like 75. How do I get from 55 to 75? Well, 55, 65, 75. If I add 2 dimes, right, I could do nickels, right? But if I have more than 2 nickels, let me just show you this. Don't write anything down, just watch this. If I have 55 plus a nickel, that's 65. 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Okay, these nickels, 2 nickels equal what? 1 dime. 2 nickels equal 1 dime. So what could I have used instead? And if you discover this, boys and girls, and realize, whoa, I have 2 nickels on my answer. If you have more than 1 nickel, then you know that you could have used a dime. So I'm not going to use these nickels. What can I use instead? 2 dimes. A dime and a dime. Okay, so 55, that would make me from 55 plus 2 dimes, 55, 65, 75. That would be 75. Now, from 75 to $1, I use 1 quarter. So I have 2 dimes and a quarter to get me from 55 to $1. Okay, the next one. 29 cents, but you paid 50 cents. You're not going up to $1 this time. So if you're in the ones place, in the hundredths place, so like the penny place, if that is not a 0 or a 5, you're going to have to use pennies. Okay, so how do I get that to the next 0 or 5? Okay, 29 plus 1 penny. What does that get me? Oops, yeah, penny. That would take me to 29 plus 1 penny would take me to 30. I want to get to 50. Can I add a quarter? Nope, because that would be too high. Can I add, let's try this again. I could add a nickel, which would make it what? 35, 40, 45, 50. But boys and girls, remember, if I have 2 nickels anywhere, 2 nickels equal what? A dime. A dime. So really, what can this be? I had 4 nickels. Instead, to use less coins, I could use a dime and another dime. So a penny and 2 dimes. This equals a penny, 1 penny, and 2 dimes. Do you see that? Okay. All righty. Let's see how to get from $1.10 to $2. Okay, let's count up. I want to get to 25. That's my next quarter amount. Okay, your goal is to try and get to the next quarter amount. So to get from 10 to 25, 10, if I add 0.5, that gets it to 15. And then I can do 10 to get it to 25. That gets me to $1.25. I'm going to write it right here so I don't forget. Dollar. So now if I've added these two, I've got $1.25. And then now at the Snack Shack, you'd probably get 3/4. But we are able to use half dollars here. Okay. So let's just pretend I did it in quarters. So right now I have 1 nickel, right? I had 1 nickel. That was 5 cents. That got me to $1.15. And then I had a dime that got me to $1.25. Now, could I add quarter, 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 right? So $1.25, this would be $1.50, $1.75, and then this would make it $2. But if I have 2 quarters, boys and girls, this becomes what? It becomes a $0.50. Now, real life in the Snack Shack, in all honesty, we don't have too many $0.50. So this is a $0.50. So my final answer is nickel, a dime, a quarter, and a $0.50. Now, boys and girls, please, if you want to, well, actually, I'm suggesting it. If you have coins at your house, try and build this. Start with $1.10 and put a nickel down and add it up. A nickel plus $1.10 plus a nickel, that's 5 more. Plus a dime, that's 10 more than that. So that makes it $1.25. And then if you don't have $0.50, which you mostly do not, most likely, and you have 3 quarters out there, just replace one of, you know that 2 quarters equal a $0.50. And so write down $0.50. Practice this with real money. It will make so much more sense. The reason it comes so easily in my head is, guess what? I've had years of practicing it with real money. So use real money. You're at the store. You buy something for $1.87. That's your total. $1.87. If my number on the end in the pennies place, in the hundredths place, is not a 0 or a 5, you have to start with pennies. So to get from 87 to 90, that's 3 pennies. Penny, penny, penny. So plus 3, that would take me to $1.90. So if plus are my 3 pennies, gets me to $1.90. $1.90 to get to $2, I have to add 10 more cents. What coin is worth 10 cents? What coin is worth 10 cents? You know it, a dime. And this is why I like my pennies and dimes to be very different, because sometimes those pennies and dimes, if I was being sloppy, I could do penny, 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 and then my dime. I can't really tell what are those are pennies and what are those dimes. So make your dime little, a lowercase dime. Lowercase d for dime. So penny, 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 dime. What does this equal? Same thing as 3 pennies and 1 dime. Make that with real money. How many times am I going to tell you? A lot. Do I mean it? Yes. That's why I keep saying it over and over and over. I am not kidding. If you have a parent in the room and they hear me say over and over and over, why does Miss Kornthal keep telling you get out real money? Because I want you to try this with real money. Okay. So number 9, let's finish this page. Number 9, let's look at the instructions. It says complete the chart. Okay. Draw coins. And when I say draw coins, that just means with our letters that we were using. See if I can fit them. I'll just rewrite them for you. Then count on to the amount paid. Write the change. Now, for those of you who write really big, you're going to have to be neat here. It's going to be tricky because they did not give you very much space. So when you do it with me, but still, don't copy. You have to think through this in your head. Boys and girls, every morning I get up and we either go for a long walk or I do a workout video. And sometimes, this is true story, Isaac and Abigail sit on the couch and watch the workout video. So they're in the family room and we're in the dining room and we have this on the big screen and we're doing a workout video. Mr. Kornthal and I are sweating. We have our weights out. We're doing push-ups. We're doing burpees. We're doing high knees. We are doing lunges. We're doing jump lunges. And then Isaac and Abigail are sitting there and they're working on their homework or reading a book. Do you think that they are getting any stronger sitting on the couch watching our exercise video? No. Okay. I made Isaac do one of the workout videos with me and he was dying. And he's like, Mom, this is harder than it looks. And I said, yes, when you actually do the work, you're getting stronger and it's hard. So with that, boys and girls, if you're watching the math video and copying down the answers, you're not getting any stronger. Do the work. Think through it in your mind. Okay. If you're like, okay, I still want extra practice, get real coins. Also, you can get extra printables on Google Classroom. Okay, that's my last time I'm going to say this for this video, but I mean it. You can tell I mean it. There's enthusiasm in my voice. I want you to get stronger in your brain. So the only way to do that is to really practice. Okay, so with that said, let's complete this chart together. Again, we have our choices. We have pennies. Ooh, that's not what I want to use. We have pennies. We have nickels. We have dimes. We have quarters. And for this page, we have $50. Not usually in your pocket, though. How many coins do we need to get to 615? Let's do the count on and the coins at the same time. It's going to be tight. You're going to have to write neat and you're going to have to be super careful. Are you ready? The first thing we do for the count on is start with this original amount. 16 cents. Okay, if the number in the hundreds place, in the pennies place, is not a 0 or a 5, you have to use pennies first. So what do? 16 to get to 20 is how many pennies? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's penny, 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 penny. 4 pennies. What does that take us to? 4 pennies. Now, my teacher book says we have to write all this. A penny, 17, 18, 19. I can't even fit it. Hold on. 19, and then 20. This is already squishy for me, and we haven't even gotten close. Thankfully, we don't have to go much further. So we've gotten to 20 cents. So we did 17, 18, 19, 20. There's our pennies. Okay, this one was the starting amount. Okay, so that didn't count. So we did penny. Penny, 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 penny. So that's 4. And then, so now we're at 20 cents. How much to get to 25? What else do we still need? How much is worth 5? A nickel. And what did that take us to? 25 cents. So how much changes that all together? A nickel plus 4 pennies, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So our change is 9. Is that the right answer? No, it's not. That doesn't tell us anything. That looks like a whole number 9. To show that it's 9 cents, we need the decimal. Shows that there's no dollars. And 9 cents. There's no tens, only 9s in the hundred spot. Thankfully, we already learned our tenths and our hundredths. So that's why this makes sense. This is 9 cents. Sorry, that's a little sloppy. I'm going to make it a little neater for you. Okay, 9 cents. Okay, let's try the next one. I'm going to switch colors so they don't look like they're blending together. We have $1.60. So my first amount, you're going to write this in, is $1.60. We want to get, when you're at 60, you want to get to 75. How do we get to 75? Okay, the next biggest coin that we add, okay, we can add 60 to get to 65 would be what? I'll add a nickel. So the next one is nickel. So that makes that 165. Okay, how much more to get to 175? Well, I could add another nickel, right? And another nickel to get to 75. But I need to go up 10 cents. So what coin is worth 10 cents? a dime. So that would take me to $1.75. Great. And I'm only trying to get to $2. So $1.75 plus what will take me right to $2? A quarter. So we have a nickel, a dime, and a quarter. So 25, 35, 40. 40 cents. So 25 plus 10 more is 35. Plus 5 more is 40 cents. Show me with your dollars and your decimals. 40 cents. Awesome. Okay, last one. Hooray. $1.84. If the number in the hundredths place is not a 0 or a 5, what do we need to use first? Pennies. Okay, so our starting amount, write it down. $1.84. Plus we need to add pennies. How many to get to a 5 or a 0? 1 penny. And what does that take us to? That takes us to $1.85. Now, we can't add any quarters because we're already over 75 cents and we're only trying to get to $2. So we can only use things smaller than a quarter right now. What can we use? Okay, well, I can add a nickel, right? What will that take me to? $1.90? Okay, I'm still trying to get to $2. So how much more to get from 90 cents to $2? Plus another dime. What if you didn't realize that and you said, oh, Mrs. Kornthal, and 3 nickels. I can do a penny and 3 nickels. Now you want to do with the least amount of change possible. So I know that this 2 nickels equal what? A dime. So I don't have to use those. I can get rid of them. So if you have more than 2 nickels, if you have, 2 or more nickels, make sure you use a dime. Okay, so we have that dime will take us, if you add a dime, that will take us to the $2, and that's where we stop. So what did we pay all together? A dime, a nickel, and a penny. So 10, 15, 16 cents. Oops. Awesome. Okay, I love you. Love God. And love your neighbor today. He will give you the strength to keep going. He'll give you wisdom. He promises wisdom to anyone who asks. And he'll give you diligence and strength to do what he needs you to do, boys and girls. Also, if you have any fun math that you did at home and you want to share next time we're together, please do. All right, I love you. Have a